dear friends, if there is a prayer that every lady that is serious and is searching for a serious guy prays to God, is to come across that serious guy, a guy that will not waste her time. And as you know, I'm an online dating coach, so most of you, when you come to me to complain, oh my God, Bella, I came across this guy, we chatted, and then when I told him, let's go to WhatsApp, he started saying, I cannot exchange WhatsApp, I've been scammed on WhatsApp, or I've been chatting with this guy, he's saying he can only use Telegram, or I chatted with this guy, and then later started asking me private photos. Bella, why am I coming across only players? Why am I coming across only time wasters? So here is where the confusion comes when I respond to you. I respond to you in a very calm way, even laughing about it, taking it very lightly. Most of you, I know, I'm aware, guys, you have been asking yourself, why? Why is that Bella always takes it lightly as something that is not important? I am here hurt. Why is she saying block, delete, forget? It's not all that easy. Guys, I always say that because better a guy that will show you right away, I am a player, I am a time waster, than a guy that will appear to you as serious. But in the end, the results are he was just wasting your time. It's really, really bad. It's the worst experience you can go through on these dating apps and sites, because remember, you invest your time, you invest money because you have to buy airtime to talk to this person, the embarrassment that comes with it if families get involved in the process. So guys, that takes us to our today's video. In our today's video, we are going to be having a story time of a Tanzanian lady by the name of Beatrice, in her 30s, divorced, and a single mother of 2, who thought had found that amazing love, true love, a guy that is going to marry her eventually. And at the time I was talking to Beatrice, that was in 2022, she was over the moon, like was super happy, full of hopes in that love relationship that she had just started. So Beatrice found love with a Dutch guy, a single father of 1, also divorced, by the name of Arnold. Dated for 4 good years. But what happened, guys, after those 4 years left Beatrice very disappointed, so hurt, but with lots of lessons from that love story. So that is why Beatrice decided to share this love story. Actually, it's me that reached out to her, was like, girl, I want us to share that failed love story because there is a lot to learn from it, and I'm sure most ladies that are on the dating apps and sites will get to learn a lot. Beatrice was like, Bella, I'm so happy you reached out and asked me to share this love story because yes, I want to talk about it. So it's me, of course, that is going to be narrating the love story from what Beatrice shared. Last time I shared Joy's love story, and one of my babies asked me, but Bella, how do you convince these ladies to share their love stories? I was like, you know what? When I approach a lady that I want her to share her love story, it's a failed love story. First of all, I don't ask that failed love story immediately when it happens. Like I told you, Beatrice, I got to know her in 2022 and the relationship failed last year around October or September. I knew everything that was going on after it failed because used to share. But I did not come in December or November to share her love story. No, I wanted her first to heal and then we can talk about it. Second, when I ask the love story, I always tell the lady it is to educate others. You know, to open eyes of our fellow sisters so that they don't go through the same situation that you went through. And it makes sense, guys. So imagine, guys, someone dating a toxic guy, like how Joy dated a toxic guy and how everything ended. It ended really badly. It is something that she cannot even wish for her worst enemy. So why not? They share, and I'm so grateful to every lady that ever accepted to share her love story here on my channel, whether it was a failed love story or a success love story. So without wasting much of your time, guys, let us jump into this. So dear friends, we are going to be starting Beatrice's love story with a bit of her life background. Tells you is blessed to have both her parents alive and comes from a good family. Financial wise, they are not that bad. Yeah, so studied till university, and after graduating found the love of her life that first love, and got married. So did things right. Yeah, that's how her life started, guys. So after getting married, started living her marriage life, and then got her first child. After the first child came the second child, and immediately after the second child, things started changing in her marriage when it came to her husband. Things that could not stand, and eventually decided to ask for a divorce. It was something that never wanted it to happen, but due to some circumstances was like, no way, I can't keep on going. It wasn't an easy process to go through, was very, very draining, but eventually got her divorce. So after getting her divorce, life continued, continued with her life with the help of the father. Because guys, when you divorce and maybe you're just a stay-at-home mom, you have kids to take care of, it's not easy, but thank God her parents were there to support her. So after 3 years of Beatrice getting her divorce, felt like wanted a man by her side. But this time around, decided to look for a white guy. So one time was on social media and then came across people talking about online dating, and eventually even joined some WhatsApp groups of ladies that were searching for white men in Tanzania. And through there, came to know about different dating apps and sites and decided to join. So spent the whole 1 year searching for that right guy. And after 1 year, one day was on Afro introductions, then received a message from a Dutch guy by the name of Arnold. They chatted and everything clicked from the start. She was very, very happy. After chatting for some hours that day, decided to go to WhatsApp. So moved to WhatsApp and they chatted. Tells you they chatted for the whole day. To an extent, slept very, very late. But another thing I want you guys to keep in mind as you are watching, listening to this love story, this Dutch guy was the first white guy for Beatrice to ever date. Her first ever experience with a white guy. So she was so happy, guys. So slept, and the next day it kept on going. Even when Arnold was at work during his break, called her on a video call. They talked. Oh my God. She was like, this guy is very transparent, knows how to communicate. I'm really happy. I really love how we connect. So friends, their communication kept going intense and there was transparency. Like whenever Beatrice could feel like calling him, could call. And whenever Arnold could feel like calling Beatrice, could call her. So started doing everything together, like cooking together. When he goes out for a walk, could take her through. Same as Beatrice could do the same. Guys, love was in the air. Started teaching each other dishes. So could teach him how to cook Tanzanian food and could teach her how to cook Dutch food. So another thing you need to know, Beatrice is a Christian lady, was raised in that Christian background, going to church, praying to God. So Beatrice is a prayerful lady. But coming across this Dutch guy, the guy was an atheist. And I've been getting this question a lot from my babies, my clients. Like, Bella, I came across this guy. He is an atheist. I'm a Christian lady. You know, I pray to God, a very strong Christian. What can I do? Everything is ticking, but the problem is the guy is an atheist. How can I handle that? So by keeping on watching this video, you'll get one tip or two to help you through on how to handle that. Yeah, because Beatrice talked about it and gave you some guidance, some advice on that due to her experience dating an atheist for 4 years. Tells you the guy was an atheist. He had his own ideas, believed that exists some supernatural power that protects us somewhere. Yeah, but due to that, Beatrice was a Christian, told him, no, for me, I'm a Christian, I pray to God, and I would like us to start praying together. Are you okay? The guy was like, yeah, no problem. Even if it is going to church, I can go with you. But do not think that me going to church with you, then I'll turn into a Christian, or I will be at the same level at where you are, spiritual-wise, you know, being close to God. She was like, fine, you know, step by step. So yeah, they could pray together, but tells you all the time was the one initiating praying. There is no day the Dutch guy initiated the prayers. So it kept on going like that, and at some point was kind tired. Why should I be the one to always initiate, you know, praying? Why can't he pray? And tells you as a Christian, it is very important to have a partner that also prays, that also initiates. Because who knows, maybe one day you might wake up, you don't have the energy to even open your mouth and pray for yourself, protect yourself with prayers. Who will help you to pray if your partner does not pray? So told him, you know, I see this thing is only one-sided. It's me to initiate praying and all that. So I think we should stop. Everyone keeps on what they believe in. So at first he said, okay, no problem. And life kept on going. The relationship kept on going. But then the guy came back again and told her, no, I think the prayers was bonding us very much. So I want us to go back, you know, to praying. Please, let's do it. So Beatrice came back again and yeah, started praying, leading, but again got tired. So in the end, Beatrice kept on believing in God and the Dutch guy kept on being an atheist. So what is her advice on this? If you meet a guy is an atheist, but there is that room of him changing, becoming a Christian, then that's fine. But if you meet a guy is an atheist, does not want to pray, sometimes even some guys who are atheists, they can mock you while praying. They can start mocking God. So tells you that kind of an atheist, big no. And right now, looking back, feels like it is better if you are a Christian, date a Christian. Date someone that you have the same belief, because there is a lot at stake. You date an atheist, later you get married, you have kids, and then the guy is like, I want my kids too not to pray to God. Then you start like having lots of conflicts. So in the end, that can't be a healthy marriage. So that was one thing. But in the process of dating him, She felt like it is okay, did not think later what could have happened. So they kept on dating, and then came a time he introduced her to his daughter. Oh my God, his daughter was so sweet, very young, under the age of 10. So things kept on going, and yeah, the relationship kept on taking steps forward. When it came to the introduction, tells you, surprisingly, and I know you too will be surprised on this, but for her at first took it as maybe because of cultural differences, so hard to understand. Arnold had a special relationship with his ex-wife and the parents of his ex-wife, his ex-in-laws. Yeah, they were very, very close. And when he did the introduction, the first introduction was to the ex-wife and then to the ex-in-laws, not to his parents, but assured her that there is nothing that has remained between me and my ex. We are just co-parenting. We are in a very good relationship. But as time kept on going, she started having mixed feelings on their relationship, because whenever the ex could go to visit him, could stay there for hours and hours, and when she could call the guy, could not pick. Later could tell her, oh, the phone was, not so close to me. I saw a missed call later. So when the ex could visit him, it was the time Beatrice could get so worried and start imagining, why is she there for so long? What are they talking about? But when could talk to Arnold, Arnold could be like, no, you shouldn't worry. No, nothing. We're just talking normally. And whenever the ex-wife could have misunderstandings, boyfriend, because the ex-wife had a boyfriend already, had moved on, could call him and start crying, explaining all her frustrations in her relationship, all her disappointments, how the guy is treating her, and he could be the one to start calming her down and advising her. It was a really strange relationship, and whenever Arnold and Beatrice could have some misunderstandings, on the other side too could happen misunderstandings. Tells you that the relationship this guy had with the family of his ex, it was something else, because if there is a special occasion, they could invite her. It is Christmas. This guy could not go to his parents' house for Christmas, but could go to his ex-in-laws to spend Christmas there. So kept on telling Beatrice, they are good people. Even if you come here and then you'll be in trouble, or you want to go somewhere, you can just call my father-in-law. He's going to drive you there, maybe for grocery shopping, and bring you home. Don't worry at all. Oh my God. But for her, it kept on bothering her. Like, what kind of a relationship is this? These people are having. They have moved on. They divorced and even asked, are you sure you divorced? Do you have the divorce papers? The guy said, yes, I have the divorce papers. So, I'm talking about all this because in my next video, I'm going to be sharing a beautiful online dating success love story of my own baby, my client, that I guided, and eventually, we thank God, found that quality guy, and last weekend got engaged. That guy is also a single father. That guy also is divorced, but a quality one. So before bringing to you how it feels like dating a quality white guy, divorced, and a single father, I thought of bringing to you how is it like to date a white guy that is full of red flags, is not a quality guy, is divorced, and a single father. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, so that you can see the difference. It helps you to open your eyes wider. When you come across these guys online, you know how to behave, how to deal with them, because there are so many, you know, lots of guys online. You'll find they are divorced, they are single fathers. So instead of just ignoring them and be like, you are a red flag, I don't want you, or instead of entertaining them and be like, I'm open to date you, and you don't know how to differentiate the one who is quality and the one who is not quality, better watch this video. It will help you very, very much. So an advice here, if you come across a guy, he's a single father, divorced, and you start seeing he's still connected to the ex-wife, to the ex-wife family that much, do not be at peace, because there is a possibility of these people getting back together. Yes, I am the same girl that sat here and I told you when white guys move on, they have moved on. It's true, but there are some things when you see them, you can't keep on saying when they move on, they have moved on. How can people divorce? They move on, and then this lady will be visiting and staying there hours and hours and hours. It is very, very suspicious. And as you keep on watching, listening to this love story, in the end, you will know why I'm saying it is very suspicious. Also, if you're new here, guys, my husband also was divorced and a single father. So the relationship that he has with his ex, it is such a very wonderful relationship, a friendly relationship, co-parenting very, very well. But before, like, I got used to, you know, the ex-wife of my husband, yes, could come, drop kids, but there is no day I saw this woman coming and spending hours and hours and hours talking to my husband or my boyfriend at that time. Could come, maybe drop the kids, and they exchange, like, you know, a conversation, but a very small conversation, maybe of maximum 10 minutes. So the ex too has moved on, has a relationship. My husband, you know, had me. So it was impossible. I can't even think about it of the ex-wife coming and staying 5 hours here. I'm not here, but he knows he is in a relationship, to talk with my husband, or my husband going to the ex-wife's house and stay there 5 to 6 hours talking to her, and the lady has moved on. That is not possible. But like now, we get used to each other, became friends. Of course, yeah, she can visit, but not only her, comes with her whole family, and I can also go visit her, the whole family there. That's where the cultural differences comes in. But someone that is meeting the ex stays there, eats at night, and then leaves maybe midnight. You're calling the guy, he's not actually responding. There is no transparency there. Yeah. And when you start seeing a guy putting some boundaries or not being transparent with you, just know that he is hiding something from you. A white guy that is divorced, has moved on, even if yes is to meet the ex, maybe because of the kid, he will tell you everything. When you call, we'll pick, we'll talk to you. Even I remember one time I was guiding another baby of mine and was dating a guy who is divorced, they have kids, and then the ex-wife came at the ex-husband's house for a birthday of the kid. And what that guy did, called the girlfriend and was telling her everything that was going on. But my baby still was worried, like, the ex-wife. I'm like, yeah, if these people have kids, there is no way there won't be any relationship. There is no way they're going to be like, don't be in my life, I don't want to see you anymore. No, you still see the ex-wife in his life, but there will be transparency. Yeah, so the fact that this guy called you and the ex-wife is in his house, there is a birthday party going on, that shows the guy has got nothing to hide from you. So let me hope this helps you too, you who is on the dating apps and sites searching, because we can't avoid these guys that are divorced, and exist very, very good guys divorced and they are single fathers, unless you're a lady who is like, no, for me, I don't want a guy who has kids, I don't want a guy who is divorced, I just want a guy that is single, never married, and no kids. Then this advice is not for you, sister. So friends, the relationship kept on going, provided of the things that I have discussed already that was happening. But for her at that time, thought that things will change. It is something she can handle. So I always advise you guys that when you come across a guy, he is good, everything is flowing, he likes you, you even have future plans together, he starts telling you wants to get married to you, you are the woman of his life, you should talk about meeting. When are you meeting? And at the time, Beatrice was sharing her love story with me that has found the love of her life was not my baby, but I remember telling her, you need to talk on when you guys are going to meet. And my advice is, be the one to first go to his country, and then he will come to your country to visit you. Beatrice was like, fine, there is no problem. But then when went and talked to Arnold, Arnold was like, no, I want to be the one to come there first. And Beatrice never wanted to lose this guy because he's insisting, I want to be the one to come. So had to be like, fine, no problem. So when are you coming? So the guy promised her that at the end of the year, he's going to get a salary appraisal, there will be a promotion, he will have like enough money to arrange all his trip and come. She was like, good, there is no problem. So they kept on talking, everything going very, very well. And then, so when I started this video, I told you Beatrice had never dated any white guy, okay? And another thing you need to understand about Beatrice, I'm saying this before we start like attacking her, blaming her. We all make mistakes in life and we can't know everything, even me, Bella. It's not that I know everything in life, not at all. We keep learning every single day, yeah. So, as all was going well with Arnold, they could do video calls even early in the morning before Arnold goes to work. So could wake up and on camera, you know, they're talking, Arnold could remove all his clothes and enter the bathroom. Naked guys could start showering while talking to her. And at first was so shocked, like, what? How comes? The guy was like, I don't have anything to hide. You know, you're my future wife. So why should I hide, you know? When I'm going there, we got nothing to hide from each other. And that way manipulated her. And she also started doing the same, you know, going for shower while he is watching her. So they could keep on talking as she washes her body and all that. Kept on bonding. It bonded them very, very much. But for the first time when I heard about that, for me, it was a red flag. But at that time, Beatrice was so much in love and believed that there is nothing wrong with that. Actually, it's like, you know, spicing up your relationship. They did not stop there, guys. They kept on going and the guy pushed to more. Then they started like enjoying the goodies and sharing like intimate photos. But in Beatrice's mind, knew that, was doing all that because the guy is the one, is the husband to be. So nothing is wrong with doing that. But right now tells you, dear sisters, never ever do that. It is very, very wrong. And I've talked about this too. I told you, do not do that. A guy that asks you for nude pictures, a guy that tells you you should shower together, a guy that tells you you should, do online sex together will never be serious. I have watched lots of love stories, people who met online and thinking it's a success story. They were doing these things and the ladies ended up crying. Those relationships ended up failing. But when a lady is doing that without knowing, thinks that because I'm offering this guy will stick to me, actually will get married to me. But most guys that asks for that, they don't have an intention of marrying you. They don't have an intention of even ever meet you. But even if they meet you, you will never go to their countries. You will never become their wife. Because a guy that is getting all that from you via a video call will not put in efforts to make it real because he is already getting that. Number two, you can confuse things because when you are sharing that with a guy, of course, that guy will be there, will be looking for you, will be writing to you, will show you attention because he is getting that. At the moment you stop, you will see that guy taking steps backwards and losing interest in you because the first thing that kept him with you, it's because you were sharing, you were enjoying the goodies together online, you were sending your privates with him. And one thing I always advise ladies, when a lady has already done that mistake, is to stop, don't send. See what that guy will do, see his reaction, see if he will start reaching out to you. And most, the guy loses interest, you start to be the one running after him. What happened? Why are you not responding? Why are you not talking to me? Of course, he was talking to you because of the online sex. It's what was keeping you guys together. But with Beatrice, did that for a long time, believing was doing the right thing because they are a couple who are madly in love with each other. To add on that, guys, these days, even the situation has gotten worse. You send your nude pictures, you do these online sex, and one day you wake up, you find yourself in those porn sites, as an actress, whereby your intention wasn't that at all. So please, let's avoid doing that. So the relationship between Arnold and Beatrice continued and December came. But when December came, this guy never talked again about going to visit her. He started saying that, he had lots of bills to pay, did not save enough money to go visit her in Tanzania. And here Beatrice tells you that if you meet a guy that is divorced, I even talked about this before, a guy who divorces, no matter how rich he is going to take 10 steps backward in his life. Why is that? Maybe there is a prenup agreement and signed a community of properties. So in the end, half, the properties are divided. So he goes backward. Or a guy comes from a country whereby when you get married, automatically you have the rights over his properties. But because he doesn't want to lose, like Joy's husband will push you to sign a separation of properties so that he can keep all his properties. When you divorce, then you go with nothing. But that guy maybe was married to a white woman and there was no separation of properties and it is half. So economic wise, that guy goes backwards, and if they have a kid, the worst. Because he is the one to pack his bags and leave the house to the ex-wife and the kid to remain there, and he will look for where to stay. It tells you, when you meet a guy that is divorced, try to dig deep to understand if that guy is doing anything to improve his life. Try your best to understand if that guy is financially responsible, or he's just an easy spender, spends money for no reason and doesn't have any savings. Is it a guy that knows how to budget his money? Because on Arnold's case, it's the ex-wife that used to budget for their money. They had a joint account whereby he could work and put the money in the joint account, and then the wife was the one to pay the bills for each and everything. This guy did not know anything on budgeting, so he did not have any savings. Could get his salary, could use it to the last euro. That is why when it came for him to go to Tanzania, this guy did not have money. But it's not that he was not working. He used to work and his salary wasn't high, or the middle, was kind lower. But if was the guy that is financially responsible, could have saved, could have budgeted to travel, go see her in Tanzania. That did not happen. Kept on bringing excuses, and because Beatrice was so much in love with him, kept on believing him and understanding him. They kept on dating, all going well. So I talked of the introduction that he introduced her to the ex-in-laws. When it came to his family, tells you that he had a dad who was a racist, not only towards black people, even to fellow white men. It was that bad. So he told her about it, like, my father is like this, so you will have to earn his trust. You will have to earn his love, acceptance. Yeah, it was hard for her, but again was in love, told herself, okay, we will see eventually when we get to meet, when I go to the Netherlands. So on this, again, Beatrice advises you that when you get to know a guy, get to understand their family culture, get to understand if he is coming from a family that is not a racist family. If they accept him to date any kind of race, and they will just be happy for him, because on her case, it was totally different. So if I keep on telling you all was okay, I'm going to be a liar. Sometimes these people could have fights. Like I said previously, because of the ex-wife, sometimes he could try to compare her with the ex-wife, and the ex-wife visiting, the whole thing of reckless spending. So they could have fights, even reached the point they broke up. After breaking up, stayed a month without talking. Again, he came back, started looking for her, was like, I want you, I want to be with you, I don't want to lose you. So they got back together. And it happened that could come to me, talk, I could try to talk to her, because I saw time is going and I had seen this relationship will not end well. So I tried my best to show her the way whereby if she puts her foot on the ground, that guy was going to give up, eventually. So could talk to me and be like, yes, Bella, I understand you, I'm going to do that. And I'm like, yes, good, power. I'll let you know what happens. The girl could talk to Arnold. Arnold was a good talker. Tells you whenever she could now come up with those serious talks, then it could end up as, I love you so much, my love, you're the love of my life, I can't wait to be with you, you are everything to me. And she could calm down, start being sweet, forgets about putting her foot on the ground. And that's how the relationship kept on going. So it's not that my girl did not try at all, could try, but the guy was so powerful here. He had a very sweet tongue. But on the other hand, tells you that most of the times Arnold could come to her with lots of stress, like from work, all his life stress, could just throw them at her. And after getting all the stress, like everything that he is going through, it could weigh her so much. Could also get stressed, could start like, comforting him, telling him sweet words, like support him emotionally, which is a red flag, guys. It is okay to support your partner, but if your partner all the time comes with lots of his stress to tell you about it and wants you to support him, every time you talk, it's about something is not going right at work, in his life, maybe with his parents, maybe with the mother of his kids, girl, know that the guy is using you for emotional support. And some guys will go on the dating apps and sites just to look for a lady for an emotional support. These guys exist, so you have to be clever. If you see it is happening again and again and again, no, start withdrawing. Tell this guy, oh, I'm sorry, me too, I've got like lots of things going on in my life, but I try my best to work on how to handle it. Otherwise, you'll end up being drained. Beatrice tells you at some point was so drained. And when she had her issues going on in her life, because we all have problems, guys, could look for Arnold to tell Arnold about her problems, but this guy was not available, could not offer the same support she was offering him, but kept on going, guys. Remember, there is that good part of the guy, and that good part, it's what was keeping our sister with Arnold. So I repeat here, even if the guy has his own good part, we should try our best to look far beyond our nose. Yeah, it's important, because if you don't look far, you just look here, just because he's talking to you in a very good way, he is sweet, he's always there, like talking to you. When you're single, it's a long distance relationship, and the man is always available, especially those evening hours, he's there to talk to you, to keep you in the mood. It feels good, right? But that's not enough. That's not enough to make a relationship work. So yes, we said Arnold, when it came to spending, he was not a good spender, did not have any savings. So was this guy spoiling Beatrice? Yes, guys, Beatrice tells you started spoiling her just few days after getting to know each other. They were talking, and then airtime finished. In Africa, we have to buy airtime. If you don't have Wi-Fi, most people don't have Wi-Fi, by the way, they buy airtime every single day, data. So he came to know about that because they were talking, and the phone, boom, nowhere to be seen. Then the next day explained, the guy started sending her money for airtime. Not only that, they talked and shared with him her project that wanted to do, and this guy sent her 500 euros for her project, and kept on every now and then to send her maybe 50 euros, 70 euros, 150 euros. Sometimes could send, sometimes could not send, but majority of the times could send. So on this, I told you guys, a guy sending you money, first of all, does not mean is financially stable. Okay? Second, a guy sending you money does not mean he's serious. He can just be sending you money to keep you quiet, sweet, and calm. Especially guys that don't have any plan of coming to meet you, they'll keep on like spending on you, sending you money, spoiling you all the time. And because the guy is spoiling you, it's hard to speak out. I'm putting my foot on the ground. We should meet. He's sending huge amount of money. It's hard. If the voice was going to be like really strong, like, look, I can't take this, then it becomes like, honey, you know, it kind of worries me. Yeah. So friends, the relationship kept on going, and then it clocked 2 years. When it clocked 2 years, Beatrice told him, you know what? If you're not coming, I am dropping you. I am very serious about this. Then was like, no, I've saved up some money. I am coming. And to take you back, Beatrice tells you that while they used to talk on a video call, the guy used to hype her, you know, so much. Tell her, when I come, I'll do this, I'll touch you here, I'll touch you there. You know, when it comes to the goodies. And our sister had kept herself for all those 2 good years. So was really hungry for the goodies. Was hot waiting for him. And yes, guys, this guy traveled after 2 years, went to Tanzania to meet her. Oh my God, she was so happy to eventually meet him in real life. He was also very happy to meet her, and tells you when it came to the gifts, he brought gifts, yes, but it wasn't to her expectations. Yeah, you know, those gifts that we expect to receive from our men, you know, like perfumes or maybe a bracelet, a necklace. Those were her expectations, but no, the gifts he brought, oh my God, it was a very small teddy bear that got from his ex-mother-in-law and another object that wasn't actually her taste. Also brought some small gifts for her kids, but appreciated, really. Was like, Bella, you can't say no to the gifts, or you can't say I don't like these gifts. Not at all. They are gifts, you just accept them. Only that they were not to my expectations. So yeah, but was so happy to eventually meet this person after 2 good years. So yeah, the night came and it's time to enjoy the goodies. So when they went to enjoy the goodies, was like, Bella, it was a disappointment. A big disappointment. The guy didn't know at all on how to do it right, you know, how to use very well the eggplant. And told him that, I don't understand, you know, how you're doing it. And the guy was like, you know, for me, when I divorced my ex, I've never been intimate with a woman. This is the first time after my divorce enjoying the goodies. And she was like, how does someone forget how to use his eggplant? How is that even possible? So it tells you it was a very big disappointment. It didn't go as her expectations, and yeah, nothing. It's like they didn't do anything at all. Yeah, but that did not stop her from keeping on wanting that relationship to work. Hoped slowly by slowly the guy will learn, you know, how to use the eggplant very well while enjoying the goodies. Cause with Beatrice, tells you, yeah, was very ready and, you know, to give all the styles, you know, and tried really her best to perform, you know. Yeah, let me stop here, guys. Let us stop here on this topic, but just know that it was a very big disappointment compared to the things that he could promise her. on a video call here. So guys, they kept on enjoying good times together in Dar es Salaam, and because Beatrice is a wife material, a woman that was in love decided to take his man for shopping. So took him shopping and bought him lots of clothes, bought him cute sandals and a very expensive perfume. While buying, could say, yeah, I like it, yeah, that's good, but tells you when this guy was leaving, wanted to leave everything behind. And that disappointed her very, very much, because spent lots of money buying those things. So left that expensive perfume behind, whereby later gifted it to her niece. Even the clothes that he bought for him when he went to the Netherlands, did not see him wearing them at all. Only one shirt, it was a sports club shirt, only that one. The rest, so remained like, why is this guy like behaving like that? But anyways, the relationship kept on moving forward. Went to an extent of creating a family WhatsApp group that connected both families together. You hearing that, you'll say, oh wow, that guy was so committed to accept such kind of a thing. Dear sister, dear brother that is watching this, wait for it. This world is full of wonders. So yes guys, stayed in Tanzania for 3 good weeks, and tells you stayed at her place, did not go to the hotel. And after those 3 good weeks, it was time to leave. But before leaving, they sat down and talked, promised her that now it's her turn to go to the Netherlands so that they can get married and start living together. So yeah, after having that talk, agreed, and she was very happy, excited, started to see the light at the end of the tunnel, because remember, it was 2 years of them dating, and tells you all the time, could come on my channel, see that the same people that she found love with, like at the same time, a lady found love online, they had got married, they had already moved to the guy's countries, but for her was still in Tanzania. So it was bothering her, and the boyfriend saying that now we are going to close the distance, get married, start living together, it gave her peace. So they said goodbye to each other, and the guy returned back to the Netherlands. So to come back to me, I told you could share with me, once in a while. So when the guy visited, she shared with me a photo and was like, Bella, my guy just arrived. Oh my God, finally. But I told her this too, that the moment she shared with me the photo of them together in Tanzania, I was disappointed. That's true, guys. I was really disappointed. Did not follow what I had told her, and I saw that guy as someone who is wasting her time, because you kept me waiting for 2 good years, and instead of you inviting me to your country, because eventually it's me to relocate to your country, I need to see everything, my future life, how it's going to be like. You're insisting on coming. You coming here, you're still prolonging the whole thing, because you spent 2 years, now you come, we have to also spend probably another 1 year arranging on me to move to your country. So for me, I saw it was a waste of time, and I was like, I wish she could have insisted on going, which I knew if could have insisted on going to this guy's country first, that relationship would have ended earlier. Why? Let's keep on watching the video. But yeah, the relationship kept on going. Then another year went just like that, and nothing had happened. When she asked, He told her, you know, right now I went to these people of the embassy. They are telling me I need this kind of amount in my bank account. I don't know, 1,500 euros, which was so strange to me that that guy did not have that money in his account, but told her, yeah, I do not have that money in my account, and they tell me to sponsor you. I need money. Right now, I need to ask for a loan. Then said, went for these loan people. They checked his bank statement and the salary he earns. Then they were like, no, we cannot give you that loan of 2,000 euros. Then the father offered to give him that money. So told her, we're still arranging, you know, I am preparing, I'm arranging for your arrival. You need to keep on giving me time. And when she shared this with me, I was like, that is very strange. You know, this guy has been dating you for all these years. How comes? He didn't know that was supposed to prepare for you to eventually move to his country. For me, it gives me a vibe of a guy that is just wasting your time. So went and tried to talk to him. The guy was like, you need to just wait. I am preparing. So eventually accepted. Okay, towards the 4th year, told her, so now you can start looking for a single status, you know, document and all other documents that will make you get married here in the Netherlands. Our sister tells you, spent her money, got the single status document, had to put all her documents, you know, together. Oh my God, was ready now for him to send documents. The guy started again. Oh, money, I don't have enough savings, I've not prepared enough. You know, for you to come here, I need to prepare very well. And I would like you to first come here, see my life, how I live, to see if you're going to like it or not. So right now I feel so pressured with all these things. Oh my God. You can imagine the disappointment Beatrice had after hearing all this. So at that time, that is when her eyes opened and was like, here, I think I am just waiting for something that will never happen. And going back, for him taking a loan for 2,000 euros, that was a big red flag, because a guy that is going to take a loan so that he can invite you, or so that he can travel, come see you, he is very bad financial wise. And as we know, for an interracial relationship to work, a guy should be financially stable. I'm not saying he should be rich, and with his salary, if he was financially responsible, this guy was going to be able to invite her and eventually live together. Yes, was not going to give her that luxury life. They were going to live that hustling life. And if there is love, yeah, you can work together, build your family together. I've seen guys that earn not so much money, but these guys were financially responsible and eventually managed to relocate their wives to their countries. And now they are happily married. But this guy, it was not actually in his plans. Started bringing strange talks like 50-50, whereby from the start, Beatrice told him, I am not into a 50-50, but later started telling her, oh, I thought you were into a 50-50 kind of a relationship. Then started suggesting, if we are to get married, then we are going to have a joint account. She accepted, but when came talk to me, I was like, hell no to the joint account, because with a joint account, whatever you spend, you have to explain why you spent it. And in reality, that's your money. And some men, you'll have a joint account, he will spend as he wants without giving you an explanation why he bought this, why he bought that. But when you spend, he will ask you, why didn't you explain? Why should you buy that? Do you think you need it? You are overspending. So I told her to avoid such kind of misunderstandings or conflicts, better have separate accounts. If you are to contribute, you want to contribute, you will take money from a bank account, contribute, than having a joint account. But he was saying all that, the guy was just fantasizing, because after Beatrice seeing that it's not going anywhere at all, decided to move on with her life, had even to change cities, had to move to Zanzibar, opened up a business, and went back to the dating sites. Also told him, we used to talk so much on the phone. Right now, I need to take care of my business. I will be very busy. So we used to talk 3 times a day. We can reduce it to 1 time a day. The girl had already her exit plan. Then he started complaining that he's not okay with that. He feels like, she's doing things on her own. It's not like involving him. She was like, you know what? From the time you started bringing those strange talks, I told you, I gave you enough time. It's been 4 years. You haven't done anything. I decided just to keep on with my life until you do something about it. Did he do anything? Not at all. So one time they had a very serious talk, and then he was like, okay, I just need time to think. And then the next day called her, was like, I did not go to work. I just decided to take a sick leave, but it's not that I am sick. It's because of the talk we had. And she had suggested that I think we should just end it, because I see this is not going anywhere. So when he came back, told her, okay, I've thought about it. I think I can't go on. Yeah, I can't go on with this relationship. We should just, break up. And then Beatrice responded, okay, no problem. Then he was like, you're not shocked? She told him, no, why should I be shocked? I started realizing that it's not going anywhere. So I'm not shocked. It's fine. Let us take separate ways. But deep down, yes, was shocked, was hurt, and very disappointed, because remember, 4 years of being in that relationship. So if you ask me, why did this guy keep on talking to her? Why did this guy even travel to Tanzania? Why did this guy even accept to open a family WhatsApp group, do the introduction and all that, if he knew that that relationship won't go anywhere, if he knew we'll never marry her? These are the guys. There are so many on the dating apps. Fantasizers. And not only a fantasizer, this guy was a confused guy. Remember the relationship he had with the ex? Him and the ex are 2 confused people, because whatever they were doing was not normal. Normal people won't do that. So the guy was a fantasizer. The guy was a confused guy. His background, family background, the whole thing with the ex-in-laws, that was already a complicated relationship that Beatrice was not supposed to be into. When it came to the finances, because he didn't know how to save money, it was going to be impossible to invite her. And that's why I told you, if she insisted on being invited earlier and said, no, you're not coming, I want to come, that relationship could have ended. To add on that, he had this character that I have seen even in some guys that my babies have come across online. They'll tell you yes. You tell him something, he'll say, yes, I'll do that. Yes, we are on the same page. But putting into actions, they'll never do it. And later, when it's too much, and you try to tell them, I feel it's becoming too much for you. I think this is a lot for you. That's when he will accept and tell you, oh yes, I think it's too much for me. Why? Why be like that? But exist these people. And how will you know them? You will know them when you talk about something. He promises you something, he will do this, and then he ends up not doing it. When he comes back, he will talk of something else. But earlier had said yes. When you see that, guys, run for your life, because guys who tends to say yes when they mean no, they also tend to be good liars. A good guy, a quality guy, when he says yes, he should mean yes. When he says no, he should mean no. Not he says yes, he means no. And he says no, he means yes. Okay, so yes, guys, the relationship ended like that. He said he can't go on, but he thanks her for all the time was there for her, you know. All those years, he appreciates very much and wishes her all the best. Did the same, wished him all the best, blocked him everywhere, and had to communicate on closing that family WhatsApp group. So that's her story, guys. I hope you have learned a lot from it. Thank you so much for watching to this point. I appreciate much. Give this video a thumbs up if you have liked it. Share it with your friends, family, everyone that you think will enjoy this video and learn something. Watch my other videos too. They are so good. Comment below what you think about this video. I would like to know. Until next time, guys, I love you so much. You're always here in my heart. Ciao, ciao.